Hi guys, welcome back. By request today, we are doing a lower body targeting advanced bar workout. So this is one that's perfect if you have a little bit more experience with bar. It's going to be high reps, so high reps, high reward, and you will need just a couple of pieces of equipment. So you will need a small Pilates ball for a little extra burn, and also a chair or bar, just something for a little bit of balance. So if you have those, go ahead, grab them, and let's go. Hey guys, I've had some requests lately for a more advanced bar workout, so this is what that's going to be. So the things that make it advanced, first of all, there will be a little bit less cueing in terms of the exercises we're doing. So things where it would be good to come into it with a little bit more familiarity. I'll obviously still give form cues and instructions, but it won't be quite as much of that. We're gonna be doing higher reps of everything, so a little bit more of a burnout and just kind of more challenging exercises in general. So that's what you have in tune for you today. If that's something that interests you, / other bar workouts, Pilates, cardio, all of those things, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button down below. I'm here 2 times per week, lots of different things happening, so I would love to have you back. So with all that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So basically, all you need to know is that each exercise we do, 1 minute. A lot of those are pulses for a full minute. So it is gonna be quite full on. Actually, let's do a little bit of a warm up first. So feet wide here, toes pointing forward. I might just take a forward fold here. Let the head hang, slowly roll back up. So just giving hamstrings and hips a little bit of a stretch. Fold forward. I just got up, so I could definitely do with a bit of a stretch. And probably no matter what point you're at in the day, you could probably do with a little stretch, you know? Last one here, stay down. And you're just gonna take a little lunge here, side to side. You can bring hands up to the tops of the thighs. Just find a little bit of movement there. And then we're just gonna do the same thing, but turn the toes out. Woo, just getting a little bit more of the inner thigh. You can even let that heel, or not the heel, the toes come up, heel down, toes up. Last one here, and then just sink into it, push legs wide. We'll take a little twist to one side. This is one of my favorites. Let's see if I can get my back to crack. It's not happening. It's not happening today. Okay, that's a little disappointing, but oh well. And then go ahead, bring it up. Just give it a little shake out. Circle out the hips a couple times. There we go. And now we'll get into it. So, got my timer. Timer's gonna be up on the screen here as well. Feet nice and wide to start here. We're gonna drop down into a plie, and we're gonna pulse it there. So we're starting from pulse in 3, 2, 1. So, nice and low. Tailbone is tracking straight down. And these are controlled. So probably the most common, well, the 2 most common errors I see with these are either butt pushing back or really bouncy. So sometimes I'll see pulses that are like, woo, boing, boing, boing. And honestly, nothing's really working. If you're in a bouncy pulse, nothing's really doing that much apart from the joints. So you're not gonna feel that same degree of muscle burnout, and it's just kind of pointless. You're not gonna gain a lot of strength that way either. So keep it here with tailbone pushing down, really opening wide through the legs. If that means you need to sit up a little higher to keep that opening, sit up a little higher in it. So your back should be totally flat here. Few more seconds here. Don't worry, I've got an eye on the time. Abs tight as well. Here's 3, 2, 1. Now I want you to pick up right heel. We're just gonna switch to left and right. We got a minute of these. Switch and switch. Staying low. If you hear a little crack, actually I can't even tell what that is. It's either my ankle or my toes. I think it might be my toes. That's weird. It's a good bit of flexibility work for the feet. As heel lifts, make sure you're pushing it forward. Keep pulling navel in. Keep pushing tailbone down. Keep tucking under. So those few things. So yeah, basically we stay down for a much longer period. But hey, at least there's no cardio today. Well, I don't know. Is that good or bad? Sometimes the cardio does come as like a little bit of a relief, a little bit of a break. I think it depends whether you're a cardio person or not. Few more seconds here. I can be. I have my moments. 3, 2, 1. Keep right heel lifted, left down, and we're just gonna pulse it here. So, like I said, when we were doing those heel changes, really, really push that right heel forward. That's gonna help with the turnout. So if it's turning like this, notice now my whole leg is turning forward. I've lost that turnout. So high heel, push that heel forward. Keep these pulses nice and controlled. So you're controlling it up and down, up and down. It's not a release out of it. And just keep pulsing there. Squeeze the butt tight from either side. I'm sorry, there are no cats on camera right now. What is this? I can see all three of them. All three of them are just here. They're being shy today. Shy guys. I don't know. I can't always promise that you're gonna see the cats. Usually I can, but I don't know. I don't know. Today's not the day. Few more seconds here, and then we're just gonna switch directly to the other side. Here we go, switch. So left heel is popped, pulsing down. I actually think this is kind of a nice little intro. Getting into it. Legs feel good. Feels good. It's just a nice little burn. I like the kind of burn that you get with bar. Well, I say that now. Talk to me at the end of this. Will I still say I like the burn that you get with bar? I don't know. In this moment, I'm like, oh, it's kind of waking me up, getting me ready for the day, getting me warm, feel good. But I'm sure I'll reach a point where I feel a little bit less in that spirit. But for now, we're gonna ride that. We're gonna ride this wave. We got about 10 more seconds here. The cats do love looking at me as if I'm some sort of crazy lunatic. And last one there, heels down. Let's just sink down for a second and squeeze up. Give the hips a little shake out. Okay, first little section done. Now is where we bring in the ball. And we're gonna be doing something a little bit different with it. So ball is gonna go underneath the heel on the standing leg. Let's start, I know it's gonna be not the side that's facing you, but let's start, I too wanna start on the left side because it's my non-dominant. So we're gonna start on the left. That's probably most of your non-dominant sides, even if you are left-handed. If you know, however, that you are left dominant on the bottom, start with your right leg supporting, yeah? So we're gonna do a series of things here. I'm debating where I warn you in advance. Actually, I'm gonna move this to the other side so that you'll be able to see the rest of the bits as we get on with them. So, ball, like I said, under heel, so that's propped up. We're tilting forward here, back leg is long. We're gonna do a tuck and extend. That's the first one. We're gonna pulse it here. This is where it's gonna get a little wild. You're gonna open to the side, knee in, kick in the wall, extend. Knee in, try to draw it over the hip, extend. We'll do a pulse there. And then final bit, we turn face down again here, and you're gonna pulse on that standing leg. We're there for 5 minutes. It's 1 minute per exercise. So just be prepared for that. Here we go. So back leg extended, tuck in, and extend. Bring a little bit lower abs into it. To be fair, these ones aren't too bad. Really engage the lower abs. Don't collapse into that chair or bar if you have a bar at home. Don't collapse into it. So make sure you're keeping chest open, shoulders pulling back. If you have a bar, you might even be able to go a little bit lower with the torso. I don't know. With the chair, it's a little weird. It's a weird angle. But it works in a pinch. Hips square to the floor here. So most of the burn should be starting off in that standing leg. So that's why I had you start on your non-dominant. We're almost finished with this one, which actually feels like a pretty good accomplishment. All right, hold this next one long, and we're just gonna pulse. So keep that lifting leg straight. You could have a little bit of bend though in your standing leg, but back leg is straight so that we're feeling the squeeze all the way from the glute. Otherwise, what can happen if this knee is bent is that sometimes it just like gets a little loose all over the place. We're wiggling around. We're not finding that extension. We're not finding that full squeeze of the glute. Keep pulsing here. We're starting to get a little shaky in the supporting leg. I actually look forward to opening up to the side. Woo. Keep going. Remember to breathe. Keep squeezing lower abs. If the lower back starts to hurt though, you can always lift a little more here and lower the leg a bit. Here's 3, 2, 1. All right, so you're gonna open up here. Left elbow can come down. We wanna stack the hips as much as possible. Balance is gonna get a little trickier here. I'll tell you what, it's easier with a bar if you have something more stable, because you can put a little bit more weight into it. But with a chair, it's extra good practice because it means you're gonna get a little bit more stabilization work. Watch that hip is not coming down here. So keep it open. Try to draw the knee above the line of the hip. So we're getting a lot of that kind of outer thigh glute, the corner, as I like to think of it. And actually we're getting that oblique too. Bonus. Fun little bonus. So yeah, there's always some element of abs in a bar workout, and actually most workouts. Unless you're just like lying face down, the abs should be engaged. Last one there, keep it long, and we pulse here. So same thing, knee stays straight. We're finding that pulse from that hip. Try to push bottom under a little bit more, pull that top hip back, pull navel in tight. So finding that line, finding that balance, watch that you're not collapsing into your chair or bar. I do actually have a bar. I do own one. It's surprising because I definitely never film with it. It's not a good one. It's not a good one. It would really only be helpful in sense of like the height. It is a better height to use than a chair, but it's really like creaky and wiggly, and yeah, it would be mega annoying. So I only rarely set it up. But they do make good at-home bars. I just don't have one. This was the best I could get shipped in the EU. Last one there, turn hips down again. Keep that back leg long and lifted. Standing leg, we're pulsing. So single leg pulse, chin off the chest. Watch that back leg isn't just dropping like this. Oh, bummer. That's not it. So should be a little shaky here. The ball is actually nice and supportive because mind you, this whole series could be done with a heel lift and no ball there. Could be. If you really want to make this an advanced workout, could do that. But we're not doing that. So be thankful that we got that ball there for a bit of support. Keep going. Ooh. Got 15 more seconds here. Well, now a bit less. So we can definitely do it. Finish it strong. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. There we go. Okay, how'd we get in with that first side? I'm just gonna push ball bloop, off to the side a little bit there because we're gonna do back to pliés before we switch to the other side. So you're gonna come nice and low here. Not too much, just 2 things here, just 2 things. We're gonna do in that plié, double heel lifts, 1 minute of those, 1 minute then pulsing with both heels up. You're welcome to use your chair for a little bit of balance, or you can just not have the arms anywhere. So sink low here, here we go. So lift, there we go, lifting heels and lower. You might have gotten one little extra one in there before my timer started. Keep tucking the tailbone. If you're using the chair for a little bit of balance, make sure you're not leaning into it. So you should be able to touch just like a single fingertip. That's just it. This is how you know whether you're working balance or just, well, if you're using a chair for a bit of balance or if you're fully taking the weight out of it. If it requires like more than one fingertip, then you're probably putting too much weight in, yeah? So test that. I don't find it particularly comfortable to just like dangle a single fingertip there. So I'm gonna balance my hand, but it's the same amount of weight. Keep pulling navel in. Let's sink a little lower. Why not? So really resisting that set down of the heels. There should be a little bit of a shake in that. It's harder for me to see my timer over here because I'm getting a big glare off of this lamp, which is new. All right, last one there. Keep heels up, and we're pulsing here, so pushing both heels forward. Find that tuck. Sit low. And the camera's still a little bit over this way compared to what it is in like the summertime, because we still have our Christmas tree up just over here. And I'm not gonna apologize for it. Actually, by the time this is posted, the Christmas tree may have come down because my vision is to take it down this coming weekend, which is the last weekend of January. But I'm also really kind of sad about it because I'm like, I want to put something in its place, like a placeholder. But then we'll have another thing that we won't really have space for. I don't know. I'm torn, but it feels so much more like cozy and homey with the tree there. So I'm hesitant to take it down because then it's just gonna feel like a lot of winter after that. Last one there, and release. Give it a little shake out. I'm gonna flip this over to the other side again because we're gonna do all that glute series now on the dominant leg. So for most of us, that's gonna be the right. If that's not the case, then yeah, you'll do the opposite of what you did that first round. So get your heel up on there, ball of foot is down, find your starting position. If you need to, if you need to adjust at all, and here we go. So leg long, we're gonna tuck in, push that away a little bit, there we go, and extend. Tuck in, find the length and extension, squeeze the glute, and squeeze the abs. My chair is a little less stable on this side because I don't have it fully on the mat. So yeah, if you guys ever wonder why I do always use my mat for these standing only workouts, it's just because it feels nicer underfoot than the hard floor, the hard cold floor. And it's just a little bit, I don't know, I find it more stable if I have to put the chair because it gives something to grip to. My feet grip to it a little bit more easily because these are somewhat slippy floors. But yeah, you do not have to have a mat here. So don't feel alarmed if you're not using a mat. That is fine. Last one here, we're gonna keep it long and we go for those pulses. Long through the crown of the head, long through the torso. You could also have the back foot flexed here. That would be a-okay. In fact, flexing it does work a little bit more of the hamstring, which can be nice. I'm just gonna go for a point. I find it easier personally to maintain the length with toes pointed, but that is gonna be different for everybody. Point just comes to me a little bit more naturally, so I can focus on the length. Ooh, why does this side feel harder? I don't know. Could just be because it's the second side. This side feels harder to me. Why? But keep squeezing that supporting glute, nice and tight. Few more seconds here, and then we open up to the side right now. So, boom, there we go. We draw in, extend, keep that leg high. So you don't wanna be down here. No, that's not it. Keep it high. So try to extend in line with the torso. Good bit of stabilization work. Again, I always just love that personally. The only way to improve balance is to just work on it and just fight through a lot of like wiggly times. That's it. So you gotta just go through those wiggly times to get to good balance. There's no way around it, really. So don't shy away from it. Woo. Just about there. Yeah, my dominant side feels a little harder. I don't know why. And then keep it long and pulse. Could be because I am due for an adjustment at the chiropractor. So my hips are a little bit wiggity whack right now. Hopefully it doesn't show up. It'll show up to me, I'll see it. I always see it. But yeah, my hips are a little wiggity whack right now. I need to go get adjusted. Have them evened out again. But that could be why my dominant side actually feels a little harder. I don't know. Or it could be because it's the second side. Knee locked straight here in any case. Ooh, Luna's sneezing in the background. What else is new? What else is new? She's a sneezy girl. She is a Persian. They do tend to be very sneezy. She's not mega flat-faced, but yeah, it is a sneezy breed. Few more seconds here. Ooh, 3, 2, 1. Turn hips down again, and we're just pulsing on that supporting leg. Keep chest open, shoulders back, keep that back leg long and high. Squeeze abs in tight. I like this series, actually. I'm gonna say it's not as bad as the ball behind the knee. That's my thought. Ball behind the knee is the hardest. So if you want more challenging routines, maybe we'll have one of those coming up. We've done them before, so you could go back through the arsenal. They're definitely in here. Those kill me. I get real sore from those. But yeah, could do a fresh one coming up. Let me know if that's something you would like to see. Maybe you wouldn't like to see it, but you know you need it. Could be that too. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Whoop, release. All right, step off of that ball. Step away from the ball. We're gonna push the ball off to the side. Again, here for just a second, we are gonna use it one more time. But for now, pull this back in this way. We're just going to do a little bit of a reset, So you're just gonna step feet back here. We're gonna do feet narrow, so feet together here. You're gonna push that back, so there's a little bit of a forward fold here, still not rounding, and we're just gonna pulse there, squeezing the butt nice and tight. Just 1 minute of these, here we go. So really not a bad one at all. Keep squeezing the butt tight, watch that you're not popping it. So a little bit of a comma under. Weight is in the heels. We're just pulsing, nice little reset. To bring both sides back together in sweet harmony, as they like to be. Keep squeezing the abs here as well. So if glutes are active, you can pretty much bet the abs should be as well. That is a safe bet. So squeeze abs. We're almost to the end. We're gonna be entering our little kind of finale sequence after this bit. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Okay, finale sequence. I did warn you, we're back with the ball again. There we go. Ball's back. Ball's gonna go between the inner thighs. So just in terms of positioning, not between the knees, not all the way up top. So about halfway. Give it a tight squeeze. Gotta be a tight squeeze. So 3 things here. You're gonna come in a little closer so that we do have a straight back here. Now there's gonna be no tilt, 0 tilt. So tailbone up through crown of head, that is straight up. Heels are gonna lift. We're gonna be down here. We're gonna start with a tuck. So we'll do 1 minute tuck, 1 minute squeeze ball, squeeze, hold, release, squeeze, hold, release. And then final minute, it's gonna be a combo of those 2 things. So you'll do 1 tuck, squeeze, tuck, squeeze. So final 3 minutes, sit down into it, and we start with our tucks. Here we go. So heels up, tuck, release, tuck, release. Now, I don't recommend going to your absolute lowest point with these. And the reason for that is that often, just unconsciously as you go down, butt goes more back. So we want to keep that straight line. So I would stay up a little bit higher, keep squeezing ball tight, engaging inner thighs. That also just helps keep the glutes a little bit more active. Should feel a little shake in the middle. And nice controlled tuck. It's a good one for working the lower back as well. So nice little core strengthener, heels stay up. Few more seconds here, and then we're squeezing in on that ball in 3, 2, 1. Keep the tuck. We squeeze, release. Squeeze, hold, release. Squeeze, hold, release. So same thing I warned about with those pulses. Same deal. You should be controlling it in both directions. If it's too fast and like bouncy, it's the ball just bouncing you around. So I've seen people do just like in and out. You gotta hold. So hold that squeeze, slow release. Hold that squeeze, slow release. Keep tailbone tucked, keep pulling navel in tight. This is just our final little push, so we can do it. We can do it. Let me know what your favorite exercise in this workout was. I'm gonna go with the glutes, actually. I enjoy that glute series with the heel up on a ball because yeah, it's a good way to like bridge the gap up to the full heel lift, but get a little bit more than heel down. All right, combo. So we pop back, we tuck, we squeeze. Back, tuck, squeeze. And with these ones, I'm not even thinking of releasing the squeeze. There'll be a natural like little bit of release that occurs. That's all we need because we're almost thinking squeezing a little bit more each time. So like we want to have the legs all the way together to touch by the end of this. It's not gonna be the case because we still got that ball there unless you pop the ball. If you do, gold stars. Gold stars. I've personally never seen one of these balls pop. And like, I mean, I was just standing on it. So at least these ones I get, they're pretty durable. If you're in the EU, decathlon, you know that that's your source of exercise equipment. It's actually pretty good, really inexpensive. Last one here. And lift up, release the heels. Chow chow for now, ball. There we go. Drop that sucker off to the side. Give the legs a little shake out here. Whew, you can circle out the ankles. We'll take a really, really quick stretch here. So if you want to use your chair or wall, wherever, for a little bit of stability, we'll just take a standing pigeon. So cross one ankle over opposite knee. Sink down into it. Lovely, lovely. And then you can extend that foot out in front of you, heel down, toes up. Take a little fold, make sure you're retracting the hip on that side. And release, we'll switch sides. Whew. Couple little cracks and pops out of me, there we go. And then heel down, toes up, reach forward. And go ahead, bring it up, give it a little shake out. Whew. Just rock the hips a little bit side to side. My hips need that little bit of release, but otherwise that is us done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you'd like to see more kind of advanced workouts or intermediate, any level, let me know down below in the comments. If this one's totally your jam, of course, hit that like button. Be sure that you are subscribed so that you do not miss anything twice per week. Here we go. And I hope that I will see you guys again soon. Bye.